for the update on the underground section. Now, if you look back on my previous video, which was around December 2020, I was building Baker Street. Not meant to be the actual station, but just a replica, and just to give the feel with the rest of the layout an underground look. So I've created that, and you've seen that I've built that, and I've again I've had to drop all the layout again and rewire and just do things. You think it's quite simple, some of these little jobs, but are actually quite complex. So what I've done now is actually added a module this side. I've actually run a BlockSignalling DCC Shuttle, as I mentioned before. So I've now got this in. The great things, if you buy one of these, I highly recommend them actually. And I'll start it up in a minute. I'll show you a clip of it running. It tells you how to wire up, and they pick up the gap in the rail that creates the feed between the live rail and the negative in that rail, and that's what creates the stop time. So read that, it'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm very impressed with that. So that's that. We've added the shuttle system. I've now added the third rail. I have to weather it in a little bit, but I won't be doing any of that for the moment. That's just what it is. So I've had to readjust all the spacing underneath the bottom section with a minimum of 11 centimeters. In the other side, it's just a maximum of 12. Is the height from the top of the baseboard to the top of the track, so it gives me that clearance that I need to run the trains and put my hands in if I need to. I've taken off the front lenses, and we'll see that in a minute running. I've created a donor train at the moment, so I'm making an underground train, but this is just a chassis and some seats on it at the moment, and it has exhaust pipes, but it's just a donor train. It's what I will use once I take it all apart. The backman train that I've dismantled, and I've reworked the lighting so the lighting works on the track. So I think what we'll do is have a look at what I've been doing to get to where it is, and we'll show you some running clips throughout the layout, and explain some of the work that it's taken on to get to where it is now.
July, some services will be delayed due to track maintenance. We apologise for this inconvenience. This is Network Southeast. Due to leads on the line, the next service is delayed by 1 hour. Please stand clear and remain.
Now with the DCC system that I'm running, a gauge master system here, you can't run the BlockSignalling Shuttle service alongside with it. You can't run them on the same track. You have to isolate the track. So what I've actually done is, because my section comes down, I've got switches that isolate the track section. I've had to do that in 3 different sections. So you can see I've got a little train there. It has a decoder in, so if that's picking up, the shuttle's picking up that decoder, you'll have 2 trains trying to do its thing, and then it puts strain on the shuttle system. So not ideal. So you have to isolate your DCC and your shuttle system. It is easy. I'm just more complicated because I've got an underground section here, but I've now actually just dropped the power to it, but I can run the trains to it if I want to. For the moment, I've just left it on the shuttle, but if I add the power to it, there's a little switch that I can absolutely isolate each section just as a fail-safe, and then that way I become the signalman and I can control the trains on and off the track.
Platform 1 is the 11:29 service from Old Oak Bridge to Cap Junction. Westminster and Baker Street Underground services.
So, underground station number 2. This is as far as I've got so far. I've got a bit of tubing, the cobble tube that I've just laid out, and I've reinforced it with this plyboard at the back, 5mm plyboard, and that will create the arch for the station. Now I've also made this platform edge. Again, it's all little construction. I've had to cut out the little lugs there, that is the recess for there, because I want this to be a bit stronger. I don't want it to fall over, and I want to put trains the other side of it around the back there, so I don't need it to move. So the idea is I'll fit that in. That station fits into there, gives you the station and the underground bit. Now from here onwards, we're making this back section. This will be the bit that goes here, about there, and that will be the stairwell, probably about there, and that will be the stairs up out of the station. So far it's coming together quite well, so quite liking the way this is building, and then that will go up to the top of the layout, and then this will be the end wall, which will go this side. So this is the end wall that goes there. So you've got a front wall where the train comes in, platform, and then the end wall. So this is the stairs all done. I've added the steps and that, and then when you look through there, you'll see the stairs, and then there'll be a little light in there that will create a glow so people can see you up the stairs. And then I have to do this little bit here. I'll go over that. All this is painting at this stage to bring it all into colour, and then it's adding all the wall at the back there, and then the decorations, which will be the last, which will be the underground signs and all the posters and whatnot. So I think I'll crack on in true style like I do, and see how far we get. Okay, so it's time to add the temporary station. This is the L-shaped plywood, and then a 10-inch tube that I've cut in half, and then just trimmed off another tiny bit on the side to give me a half oval or quarter of an oval, and then a plastic card station that slots into there like so. All I need to do is add that into there. Now I've got a couple of retaining pins at the back there just to stop it from falling on to the other bit of track. Now you might see in the corner there I've got the BlockSignalling Shuttle module all activated, so that's now running and flashing. So that's ready to go. This is the other bit you saw me make, and I've got a little hole in the back there because there's a little hole for the LED that shows that the track is alive, and that'll illuminate the stairs. Ironically, so that'll look quite cool. So let's put that in its place, push that up, and then we'll switch on the shuttle, and then the shuttle will bring the train round and pull up into our station. All going well, fingers crossed. So let's give it a test and see what happens. So here comes our train. It's now coming. It's very simple. It's very plug and play module. It's got a couple of trim buttons on it, and there you go. You've got the speed of the train, and you've got the time, how long it stops. Now I've done a minute loop from there to there, so it's a 15 second stop, 15 seconds waiting, that kind of thing. And that will get going, I think it's 30 seconds, 15 seconds. So that journey from there is 15 seconds to there. It takes a minute to do the full loop. So that's quite good. And it's now just arriving in the other station that you're not seeing yet. So we'll carry on with this and add some walls to the station, and add starting some decor, paint it up, all that kind of thing. Change the colour of that. So let's crack on. again, just underneath the platform, just adding a bead of. So I'm going to use the shiny side. This just off of eBay, about 10 11 sheets, something like that. Comes a bit shiny one side, satin, and it's matte on the other. I think that's the dropping that in, just getting that flush. I think that's starting to take. You can see just by attaching that glue bead down the back there, that's pushed it into shape nicely, and then when we put our platform on, that will go underneath there, that's the theory, and then that will hide the bead of glue that's behind there. That's the, that will get a nice straight seam, and I can drop that on there. Yeah, I think I will run a bit of plastic card in there, just to drop that very thin piece. Try not to put any glue on this bit here because I don't want it to bleed through, and then you get that spotting effect. The trouble is a lot of these glues, they burn these plastics like mad, so I'm trying to avoid that effect. In comes our train on its shuttle, and you see just literally, I'm not even going to look at it, as a nice gentle stop in the middle of the station. I've got very good confidence in it, and it stops exactly where it needs to do. There's no noise, no anything, it's really quiet. I'm really impressed with it, if I'm honest. I'd quite like that indoors, going backwards and forwards on a end-to-end layout, something I'd never really want, but I quite like that, and it's given me some food for thought in the future. Maybe do a small end-to-end underground station again on this sort of shuttle. The beauty of having a shuttle, you can literally put a train with a decoder 3, as long as the decoder is 1 to 99, you can literally just put any train onto that track and it will pick it up. You don't need to program it, and then it will just work it through its cycle of running from A to B. So really easy to use. I'll just put the train on there and just let it find itself and do its thing. It's as simple as that. Don't actually do anything else to it. So there we go. The next bit of project I have to do, and that will be my next video, will be I've got to finish off the furniture in the station, and I've got to just currently printing some bits to go in there, running out, and then I've got to make some steps to go down from there to the station, because if you look at Moorgate station, the steps go at the end and they go up, so it's get that scenario of where the steps are to where they come out, and being the bus stop which is there, an old oak common, that sort of fits in quite nicely with that theme. So all in all, quite happy. So that's it really. For me, I'm going to crack on with that video in time. Unfortunately, I don't pump out videos every week. I know I'm on my own now, but I don't pump out videos every week and every day. I still got other things to do, and the end day is a hobby, and you know, I'd like to do the projects and then make sure I've got enough good content to provide a video. I don't want to just throw videos out for the sake of doing it. It's just not how I work, unfortunately. But I'd like to say thank you to everyone for your support and all your kind words that everyone says. I do try and get through every comment. I try my hardest, but we get there in the end, however that looks. Just love the shuttle. Just love that shuttle. I think I've become a patron of them. So yeah, so thanks everybody for everything you do. I've now got myself some goggles so I can actually see what I'm doing, which I was struggling at one point. Finding myself in a lot better place than I was a couple of years ago, especially last year. So I found myself in an even keel. I'm sort of balancing in through life. So I'm all good, and thank you for everyone for your well-wishing comments. So all Smith can do is carry on with the next project, and enjoy the shuttle while I'm doing it, and the NSE that's running around today. I think I'll spend the rest of the day down here, and then I will crack on with some video footage of that area there where I've got to cut a hole in the layout and drop the stairs down, and so I think I've got a bit of designing to do there. Anyway, so it's left for me to say thank you as always. Look after yourselves, and just be happy, be smiley, and take care really. Until next time, cheerio.